So you're only as strong as your weakest link, meaning your strength as a whole is limited by the strength of your weakest link. So let's talk about the weakest link of this Blackmagic camera and what I think can fix it. Let's get creative. All right, so I'll say this again, and I completely mean it. I love Blackmagic cameras. I'm completely happy with this form factor in this camera and what it has to offer. An amazing camera, and yeah, I love this camera. Um, but I have one major gripe with it that I think a lot of Blackmagic users have, and that is this photo button. It is the capture still button, and what it does is it will capture a still of what you have in frame, and then you can go view and look at it when you get back home in 2 hours or whenever it is and see if it's good. That's the problem. So, with newer cameras coming out like the Pixis and the Ursa Sin and stuff, and those cameras still have this weakest link on it, we got to fix it. I understand that specifically with this camera body and definitely the cinema ones as you get higher up in their tiers is I know Blackmagic, they name these cinema cameras. They don't want to be hybrids. And I think if they're now that they have a um, album where you can actually scroll through your footage and stuff on camera, I think putting pictures there would kind of start to play into the realm of that. And I know they want to stay away from that. And I say that off of just being a pretty strong Blackmagic user for over the years. So, understanding that, I think we can fix it. And what I think this button should do is this button should, yes, of course, you tap it, it takes the still. Cool. I don't think it even needs to be viewable in the album. Let's stay away from that because we're a cinema camera. But what should happen is if you hold this button, press and hold, it will take the still and then pop up the captured image so that you can view it right there. And that's all you get from it. You can zoom in, you can move it around just to make sure everything looks good. And then you back out of it and you're not looking at it again. I think that is the solution to the weakest link of Blackmagic cameras. Now, there is a step farther we can go with this, which would elevate Blackmagic cameras, in my opinion. Please, if you're enjoying my knowledge of Blackmagic cameras, please subscribe, help me grow this channel, and we'll get on to my next input of what can make this button even stronger. So let's say that we were able to double tap and well, we'll just double tap. We're able to double tap this button. What could it do? How awesome would it be if it was to capture a screenshot of the cinematographer view of the camera? So if you're not familiar, the cinematographer view is their kind of display settings that you'll find in the menu between director's view or cinematographer's view. The director's view just gives you kind of a very slimmed down UI and you can see straight to what's in frame. The cinematographer's view has everything you need to know, the ISO, the white balance, codecs, all that stuff. So how cool would it be if double tapping this still button would capture the cinematographer's view of the frame, and then double tapping and holding would give you that same feature I talked about where the image would pop up. You can look through it, make sure it's cool, swipe out of it, it's in your SD card, and you can look at it later. That is where I think Blackmagic needs to focus on the strengths of their cameras, and they can do that, I believe, very simply with software. They got some of the brightest engineers. With that said, we could keep it even a little bit more simple. So in the menus, we could just have just a toggle on, toggle off of, all right, it is now going to be a screen capture or it's going to capture still. So don't really have to do the whole double tap. Maybe it's just one button that works as both features, but you just toggle on which one you're trying to do. So that's my input and how we can fix the weakest link of Blackmagic Cameras, which is this photo button. Because this camera has a 24 megapixel still, that's pretty dope. At full frame, we could take advantage of that in a few ways. But yeah, leave a comment below. I think you should comment, please, Blackmagic, please, and let's see if we can get them to listen to us and give us that fix. That's it from me, Trey at T5 Productions. Until next time, peace.